Hello everybody, nice to meet you here. I'm really happy to be with you. I don't know, everybody knows me, or should I introduce myself? So I don't have to introduce myself, I can start. Right? Can I start? Start. Okay. This evening I will show you some embellishing techniques. So not a lot of wood turning, but some embellishing techniques. And I already prepared this piece of ash. This is a wood we find very often here. It's not very interesting. You can see, it has a little bit of grain, but it's not really a very interesting wood. So I love to do some embellishing on these pieces. I have here also my cheating cards. So sometimes I have to check what I have to say. Sorry. And ash, as it is nice white, it receives very well the colors. That's a great wood to embellish. Now I already sanded till 120 grit, and before starting with the embellishing, I would like to show you the how I sand, because I don't sand by hand normally. I sand with a angle drill machine. It's not an angle grinder, it's an angle drill. Maximum RPM is 1400, and that's enough. This is 180, yes, 180. I put my mask on. The advantage of sanding with the grinder is that you always sand, or more at least, in the direction of the grain. When you sand by hand, you always sand cross grain, so you can easily see the sanding marks. While sanding with the machine does this movement here, and so it goes with the grain. So I love sanding with the machine. This is 180 grit, and I do also the 240, but that's enough for what I wanna do today. Luca.
We have a question.
Yeah, please.
Okay, the guys say, what is the difference of the power sanding than the bearing sander?
Oh, that's you mean this one, huh? You mean this one, I think. It's quite the same. It's not very different. Power sanding.
Yes, this one.
Power sanding is just quicker, but it's very similar. Also with this one, you have much less sanding marks than with the sandpaper, and it's quite similar. It's quicker with the power sander, and I prefer quicker. Yeah, thanks. I do the 240 grit now, and then we can go to the next step. That should be enough, I think. Also, because the next step that I want to do is brushing. With a nylon brush. It's these nylon brushes have several grits too. This is a 120 grit.
Everyone laugh. Everyone laugh. They are excited.
Oh, okay. This is not an angle grinder tool. This is a polishing machine for car polishing or some stuff like this. Usually you put on the cheap wool pad for burnishing or polishing waxes, and this nylon brush here goes with maximum 3000 RPMs. And what I want to do is this this open grain of the ash, I want to open more again. That's the idea. I used the mask also for this one, because if I find yeah, here because it does a lot of dust too. Oh, there is something very important. When you brush, you always have to quit the wood, not to enter in the wood. At this side, oh, I can show you with the other camera, with the head cam, I think. Oh. Okay, yeah, so you see that better. Don't enter in the wood, but quit the wood on this side, because the brush would damage the rim, so that we don't want to damage the rim, so we also always quit the wood. Whoa. Also, you have to go always with the grain. Don't brush against the grain or cross grain. Always brush with the grain. Don't enter, but quit the wood. So now you can see that very well. I try with the number 1 cam. Yeah, you can see that really very well. But now it's a little bit structured, and the grain is much more open than before. Before I do the next step, I would like to do one last thing, and that is brushing with a brass brush. I had the brush before, and now I don't find any more brush. Where is my brass brush? Here. Okay, this is a soft brass brush because now the grain is full of dust, sawdust, and I don't want that, so I brush it again a little bit to eliminate all this dust.
The people here say that your t-shirt is the opposite direction. What is the type of brush that you use in the end?
This is a brass brush, no, bronze, a soft metal brush, not bronze, a copper brush, a soft copper brush. It doesn't let signs in the wood. It's soft, but it brushes very well the powder, the dust out of the grain. Okay, now I tell you what I want to do, so you have an idea of my next steps. I would like to I will call it the Kefalonia Platter. I have never been in Kefalonia, so I don't really know if what I will do recalls really Kefalonia, but I think Kefalonia is the sea, is a blue sky, is olive trees, and nice sunset. So you have to know, I'm in Switzerland. We don't have the sea. So for us, all these islands are paradise, and that's what I imagine. And so I would like to ebonize this wood, still letting the grain open. Then I would like to embellish the grain with blue that stays for the sky. I will do a little carving here with olive branches and olive leaves, and then a rim, a blue colored rim for the sea, and then I will turn the bowl, the inside of this bowl, and there I would like to do coloring with yellow and red to recall the sunset. So that means that before the ebonizing lacquer, I have to put on a sanding sealer. This is my sanding sealer here. I show you what is in this thing here. It's the Hampshire Sheen sanding sealer. It's the one I prefer because it doesn't stick immediately. It gives you a little bit of time to do your job. But I don't use this can, but I have it in a it's doesn't matter. It was in something else, and I do it with a piece of. Yeah, it's a bottle, but what I meant is what was in before. It was not garlic sauce or something like this. So now I put the sanding sealer on. I love this bottle because I can drop a little bit on my cloth, and it's easier to use than the can, where you have an opening of 3 centimeters or something. So I found this not garlic sauce, but something similar, and that works really very, very well. So when there is enough sanding sealer, that's when it begins to stick a little bit. Till it doesn't stick, or till it don't stick, there is not enough. Now it sticks a bit, so that is enough. Let it dry a little bit. In the meantime, I just scotch again my cheating sheet, and it dries very quick, but we give him a little bit of time. In the meantime, I will protect the lathe a little bit with a bag, just because I will spray now with the black lacquer. So I have to shake a little bit this rattle can. If you have some question in the meantime, please, you're welcome. I just give an answer to one of my Italian friends following us. Luca, stasera c'è la live per I miei amici greci, e allora... Sorry? Luca ti saluta Costas. How many are you following me now in live? Ah, that's the maximum. Okay. I changed this board here because I have a dirtier one, and I don't want to turn black the white one. So I change it. Now here that's dry. We can go ahead with the spray. Some people does this while the lathe is spinning. I don't love that. I'm not able, so I do that with the lathe switched off. Okay, that's enough. We have some more minute to answer some questions.
You speak about me.
I speak about you. Ah, spinning the lathe. Yeah, that's you. You and a lot of others. Yeah, also Stuart does that always with the lathe spinning, and yes. You're right. Okay, we can also accelerate a little bit this drying process with the hot air gun.
We love your English.
Huh? Not too hot, huh?
Between black spray paint?
No, not really a big difference. This one is the Hampshire Sheen black lacquer. It's produced extra from turners to turners, or from turners for turners. But I also used some black spray paint I bought in the do-it-yourself shop close to me. That works too. It's not a problem. For me, it's important to buy not cheap rattle cans, because very often the cheap rattle cans don't spread regularly. So you have a little pointed spots, and yeah, I don't love that. So I used to spend a little bit more. It's not much more, but a little bit more, and have a good rattle can. Allora, Luca, il prodotto nella bottiglietta di plastica è il sanding sealer, questo qua. Did you have a question?
With airbrush for ebonizing
No, I didn't. I used the spirit stain for ebonize. I used also the old ebonizing technique. I love this. I love very much the old ebonizing technique. You know, with the steel wool and vinegar. That works very, very well. I can show you something I made last some day ago. Oh, I hope it's not already finished in the oven. I don't find it now. That works. The thing with the vinegar works very, very, very well with. Now let me change. Okay, works very well with the. No, that's the wrong one. Okay, the vinegar works. The vinegar and steel wool works very well with chestnut, for example, with oak. All these tannin. These woods containing a lot of tannins, they work very, very well. It's a deep, nice black, and the best of that is that if you have the sapwood, the sapwood usually don't contain so much tannins, and so it doesn't turn black. It stays white, and so you can maintain this contrast. That's good. With all other ebonizing techniques, you don't get this this effect, and I love this. Okay, a little bit more. Grazie Luca, sì, facciamo così. It's very important to not put on too much lacquer, because if you put on too much, you close the grain. We already opened the grain with the brush, so it would be it would be a pity closing the grain with the lacquer now. And so it's very important to not put on too much lacquer. But here I have to add a little bit. Okay, so takes. In the meantime, I can tell you my next step. My next step is the embellishing wax. Still Hampshire sheen. I love the Hampshire sheen product, so don't worry. For example, this embellishing waxes, you can do that also by yourself. No need to buy. No need. Yeah, it's not a cheap product. It's not an expensive product. So you can buy them and you do a lot of stuff with one of these cans here. But you can do that also by yourself. It's not easy. You have to mix waxes and pigments. So I prefer buying this stuff directly finished. Okay, here we are. Just eliminate a little bit the dust. So okay. So my next step is this first embellishing color, and this is the blue. What I mean for the sky of Kefalonia. What I have to do now here is doing a massage on the wood, so the wax, the embellishing wax, penetrates well in the grain of the ash. So that's why I told you that's one of the best woods for these embellishing techniques. It has this really deep open grain, and techniques like this works perfectly on ash. So I can so now I can spin the lathe a little bit. Some more massage to the wood, and then we take a new piece of cloth and we polish it. So we need to eliminate all the blue wax in the surface. We are interested only in the part that penetrated very well in the grain. There is still too much. It's better and better. Okay, that should be enough. I change now the board again because you see better what I do. Sorry. Okay, I would like to change to this camera and show you this embellished part. You can see that very well. You love it? Now you can see the open grain that we didn't see before embellishing it, but now you can see this open grain very well. Okay.
It's amazing, my friend.
Thanks. Yeah, that's too much for the moment. Now we have to draw the zones that we want to carve and to color with other colors. And for drawing this, I use this is a tailor's pencil. You know, they use them to draw on the fabric, and then after washing, you don't see that anymore. This is very good also on wood. So what I have to do is I check just a moment my sheets. Okay, yes, I'm fine. I draw 3 or 4 circles. I think I would like to do a rim, a blue rim here, then a little bit of space, and then I do this this olive branch design here in between these 2 branches. And with the indexing tool, I don't know if everybody knows what I mean, but my lathe and also Costa's lathe has this indexing tool that goes from 1 to 24, and with this I can divide this in 24 parts. What I want to do is dividing it in 8 parts. So this is 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24, or 0 again. This is my carving zone, and I'm not very comfortable to carve here. I have to block the lathe and so on. So I use a very interesting jig. Let me change to the head cam. Okay. Okay. So let's look. So you can see that here. This is the woodcut pro mount. This is a possibility to mount my jack, my piece of wood in the jack on my hand rest here. Sorry. And doing that, I can work very, very comfortable. To change perhaps a little bit the camera. I'll do the camera number 2. So that's the solution. Voila. So I can work here, and that's much more ergonomic and comfortable than doing this job on the lathe. So I do that with a Dremel. Okay, so let's start. If you don't have any question, I will start. I should show you what? I didn't understand because the Dremel.
The nose that you use on the Dremel.
Because of the noise, yeah. The nose. Okay, yeah, you're right. This is a rotary tool. Here. You can see that. It's not easy to find. There are a lot of bits for this for the Dremel. Most isn't worth the money you pay. This one, there is the Rotary Tool. It's an American producer, and this one is, I think, it's not the real original Rotary Tool, but it's an Italian producer doing this. If someone is interested, I can look for the homepage and put it. I will put this video on YouTube Fix. You can watch that again, and under the video I will put the link to this, if I find it, to this tool here. Okay. Give me just a moment. I finish that, and then we can talk better, huh? Oh. I did something wrong. Instead of okay. Okay, and the lids. Okay, now I have to paint them. Yeah, I'm still okay with what I'm telling. I have to paint them, and now I use white again. You can see that very well, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, perhaps I try to change the camera. I use the forest green, okay, in Hampshire Sheen intrinsic color. This is a water-based dye. I love the water-based dye very much for this. I often use also the alcohol-based, but for this job I prefer the water-based dye because it don't dry so quick, so I have the possibility to clean up immediately. So what I need is a small brush, a wet piece of cloth. In the bottle here is just water. It was a little bit too much. Okay, and so the branches will turn brown. Okay, and now the green, the forest green for the leaves. Okay. Done. And so I'm already on the last page of my cheating sheet. I have to fix that on the lathe again. And for this blue ring here, I have to remove the black. So, and I do that with a skew chisel, but I use the skew chisel as a scraper. I don't do that usually, but here I do. If you have a look at the chat, you can see that one of my Swiss friends, one of my Swiss students, does the greetings in Greek. So you can still see this white line. So that's where I have to go. I'm just scraping away the black a little bit more. If in the grain there is still a little bit of black. It doesn't matter because the color I use after is not covering all, but it's half covering color. Okay, that must be enough. A little bit of sanding, 120 and 180. Without damaging the black color. Just was 120, a little bit of 180. Check. Okay, that's good, that works. And now I have to put on some sanding sealer again, because obviously here now it is very absorbing again, so a little bit of sanding sealer. Again, without damaging the black, because the sanding sealer is cellulose based, and it would damage the black. It would solve it. So you have to pay attention to not. Okay. Now we use another color, another product, not Hampshire sheen. I use this. Sorry, I don't remember. Intrinsic? No, it's not. Iridescent paint. It's chestnut product, chestnut colors, English producer, and I will use this azure and this turquoise. There is also a vivid blue, but I think it would be too much with this one. So I use these two colors, and I use them with a little pad, and I have to dab them against. Will be shaken before taken. No, before used. So I put a little bit here, and then I dab that on this rim, and I have to do some it's not covering.
Please check the camera is a bit out of center.
Oh yeah, sorry. What did? Okay, I will try to go closer. Yes, so better. This is a little bit patient job. You have to do that for 5 or 6 coats. And now I have to clean up where I contaminated the black. Okay. You have to clean up immediately. This one dries quicker, and after drying you can't clean it again. The water-based, you can clean it again also after drying. This one is an acrylic product. You can't clean it up again later. It's not very important to have a regular surface, because it should recall a little bit the sea, so it must not be very regular, so it can be a little bit blended one over the other and so on. I just mix them a little bit, it's not so important. So this will be a little mixed coat. And then at the end we have a little only turquoise. And that gives a depth. And I think this will be the last coat. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. A little bit here again and here. And then we are ready to finish our Kefalonia Platter. So next step is turning out the platter part. Oh, I saw something. Okay, a little bit of drying. Okay, it's enough. These are all quite quick drying products, so you don't have to wait hours. A little bit of turning it must be. Do you agree? I should put the face shield on. So. Okay. There's something here. Sanding. What do I have here? We could sand also here with the power sander, but I should change the head and put. This is a 70mm head I used before. It would be better using a 50mm head here. So I go ahead by hand, and that's okay. Yeah, great. 180. Okay. 240. And if I find also 320, 320. Okay, and now for the sunset color. Before I start coloring, I put on some water, just to guarantee that it don't dry too quick and that the two colors blend better together. I use the light for the gun for you to protect my lathe and for you to see better what I do. No, it doesn't change too much. And I use these two colors, flame and honey. Honey is yellow, I love very much. It's golden yellow, very nice. And the first is this yellow. I put on the whole.
Is it necessary to add the water?
It makes no. It's not absolutely necessary, but it makes life easier when you want to blend the colors together. So they dry less quick and they blend better. I use also I forgot to prepare that, but a glove. And then a pad. Okay. Yellow everywhere. Then a little bit of red on the rim. And then I blend them with the yellow again. A little bit more red is okay, but not too much. Do you love it? That's how I imagine Kefalonia.
Can you hear me? Yes. Hey,
Huh?
we know it's really amazing. We just need a bit more red.
With a little bit more red. So, okay, I put on a little bit more red. You know Kefalonia better than me, so you know that if you say more red, that's fine for me.
We have make love with this answer, so we know it well.
Better? Much better. Okay. Thank you very much. Danke vielmals. I'm happy to have been with you, and we have to repeat that. No, I have to come live. Bye bye everybody. Thank you very much.
1 minute.
Bye bye bye. Thank you very much. See you.